Hello everybody, this is Mr. NiceGuy2107, and this is the 14th episode, right? Yeah, 14th episode of Katawa Shoujo, and we're gonna go all the way, but I took some calculations last night, which last night was the 27th. That's pretty cool, right? Pretty sure that's pretty cool. 1 second. And, yeah. It'll take about, 150 episodes to get through the whole entire game, so that means every single path, even though I might just only do one, which will take, 1 second. Okay, it'll take around 60 episodes to get through the place that I want to go through the whole entire story, and the one that I want to go through. The story that I want to go through. I just said that 3 different times, but yeah. So 60 episodes, that's a lot, and I hope you guys can understand that. And I'm trying to pump them out one a day to you, but 15 minutes of me talking a day, really putting a hurt on my voice, and there's a bunch of schoolwork, and finals are coming up soon. So you can't trust that I'll be putting out an episode because I will show you a day. But I'll try my hardest. That's all I'm saying. So we're at Cold War, an hour and 29 minutes in. She steps on her own accord, though, after straightening her skirt and shirt collar, as if it was of importance to look prim while entering our classroom. "Excuse me," she calls into the quiet classroom with a probing, delicate voice. I realize the silence might unnerve her because of her blindness, so I break it. "Good morning, Lily." "Yes, Al? Good morning, I didn't hear you come in." I wonder if she thinks it's suspicious I didn't say anything to her before. It's likely. If I were to tell a big lie now. If I were to tell too big a lie now, it would sink me. Well, I was already here, just asleep until now. "Oh, have you seen Hanako today by any chance?" "No, she seems to come in only just before the bell rings. Or after that. Do you want me to tell her something for you?" "No, it's fine. It's strange, but I think we're the only 2 people in the school right now. I didn't hear anyone else on my way here." I shouldn't have gotten up so early today, I guess. You're chastising yourself for doing something that other people should. Punctuality is a good thing. I think so, anyway. It's a very busy morning today. The festival's coming up soon, and today is the deadline for event registration, budget reports, and any other official paperwork. It could be that everyone else is trying to complete the necessary forms at the last minute. Maybe that's why it's so quiet today. Oh god, it scared me. And of course it's Misha. What the hell's on my desk? What the fuck? I'll deal with that later. Hi! She's speaking for Shizune too. Misha pops up into the room with Shizune as if on cue, shouting with a loudness that makes Lily visibly flinch. "Hi, Hee-chan." "Hi." Shizune signs. Look, it's the class representative. Hello? Lily smiles, probably amused by Misha's, or Shizune's use of the word look. Oh yeah. "Good morning." "Of course you're not the representative of this class, right?" "Right." "I don't know what the tildes mean." Oh, you guys ever see the movie Matilda? That movie is pretty good. It's about a girl who wants to read, but she's not allowed to read by her parents. And so she has, a lot of power in her mind or something, and she gets the force when she starts to, raise her dad's cigar box. And then she, tortures people that tortured her and other people. So, she goes to this, school where it's just menacing to even see it. And she locks the principal up in her own, I don't know, it's like a coffin with nails on it, on the inside, and she would lock the students in there if they did something bad, and so the principal got locked in there. And other stuff happened. It's pretty weird. I thought it was really awesome, though. Probably one of the best movies in A. I'm not. Lily seems a little more guarded in her answers to Shizune than she was with me the other day. I guess they really don't get along at all. Then I realized that Lily might actually not know Shizune is present, and she's trying to detect whether or not she is, to know who she is talking to. For all she knows, she is talking to Misha, but knowing that she and Shizune are practically inseparable, she might expect Shizune to be the one that actually talks. Damn, how complicated. I decided to help Lily out for my own peace of mind more than anything else. You're here early, Shizune. You were here even earlier than us. Misha puffs out her cheeks angrily. Why is she getting angry? Does she feel emotions on Shizune's behalf too? It's not that weird, though, that Shizune doesn't like my little comment. It's true, I was here earlier than them, so me saying something like that could definitely be misinterpreted as anything. Especially to Shizune, who doesn't have the benefit of hearing tone to gauge intent. Before I can start weighing whether or not I should apologize, Shizune has already moved on. Class rep, it's a good thing you're here. We have to talk. The festival's coming up in 3 days, right? Every other class has already handed in their project budget reports for their events. Even the first years, except you. There's still time to hand it in, isn't there? Today. The deadline is today. You are certainly taking your time, aren't you? If I had it my way, we'd all have the necessary paperwork days ago, but someone had to say, the deadline, please extend it. Yes, that was me. Planning something on this scale is not a small task, and a week is too small a time frame to expect a whole class to work out such a complex issue completely. Do you want to know what's harder than distributing the funds for one's class's events? Handling the same matter for every class in the school, and then some. The one who does that is me, which I'm pretty sure she's referring to Shizune. Misha puts her hand on her hips and stands up straight. Wow, she's really getting into the role. Lily doesn't look like she's very amused, though. Hey, Shizune, aren't you being a little too hard on her? There's still a whole day left. Please, Sasao, it's alright. Lily seems happy I'm taking her side, but a bit conflicted that I might not think she can take care of herself. If this is about the budget, then I'm disappointed you think I've forgotten about it. I understand how important it is. Then, can I have it, please? Shizune, she might not have it on her this exact second. I have to itch my ear, and it's behind my headphones. It's weird. Really weird. It's not here right now. I asked 2 students to take care of it for me. Students from my class. She emphasizes the last sentence, much to my surprise. She knows about Shizune and Misha's efforts to rope me into the student council. I guess word must have gotten around, so now she's using me as ammo against Shizune. This just gets better and better. It was your responsibility. A budget report isn't something you should be delegating away. As class rep, it's your job to be on top of things. The kind of disregard for proper procedure is really just terrible. They completed it, being capable of doing so, but the students have been sick recently, so they cannot come to school and give it back to me. If you want, I'll apologize on their behalf for getting sick. Ooh! Shots fired. Okay. Although Misha misses Lily's little jab entirely, Shizune doesn't, and she seems torn between being offended by Lily's daring and jumping for Pete. Fuck me. And she seems torn between being offended by Lily's daring and jumping for joy at the prospect of a challenge. Really, don't they live here at the school? That's a 5-minute walk, you know. What could they possibly have that prevents them from taking 5 minutes out of their busy lives to drop off something that will affect their enjoyment for the entire class? Lily opens her mouth to say something, but Shizune closes the gap between them and starts signing furiously, waving her hands around like an orchestra conductor. Misha tries her best to convey the same passion, but she can't seem to lose her normal cheerful tone. The result is interesting and somewhat surreal. And what's with the attitude? I said that it was not something you should be delegating away. Are you the class representative, or aren't you? Tell me the names of those 2 students. They should have your job if you can't even handle something this simple yourself. One form isn't the full extent of what I'm supposed to take care of. Lily's tone is growing slightly impatient, but she's doing a good job of not letting Shizune see how unsettled she's becoming. She's putting her cards close to her chest. Shizune, on the other hand, wraps her fingers cheerfully along the edge of her glasses, knowing Lily can neither hear nor see how excited she is. Of course you do. Of course you do. So much. Ah. Can I just restart? Are you guys okay with that? Okay. Of course you do so much, class rep. It must be so difficult being you. Lily tightens her lips at Misha's words, clearly understanding the intent behind them, even though Misha delivers them without even a hint of sarcasm which they were meant to have. Shizune and Lily don't like each other, that much is clear, but this seems a little much. It seems like Lily has had enough and is ready to push back. Ah, shit. Oh, fuck. I was actually just discussing the budget report before you came by. You must be very talented to have finished all your student council duties so quickly that you can track me down and make sure I don't forget my own. Are you accusing me of slacking off? It seems like you're confusing me with yourself. Oh, sweet damn. I don't think so. That would be a very difficult thing for me to do, comparing myself to you. You're right. The difference between us is like heaven and hell. I think we need to go get the aloe vera. It's not hard to guess which one you might represent. Ooh, can I screenshot that? That looks pretty cool. Okay, so I may or may not have accidentally stopped the recording. So, we're back. The air between them ripples with the heat of their enmity. Well, not really. They can't disguise it anymore, though. Even Misha looks like she's beginning to understand the real nature of this conversation. Hee-chan, don't you slack off either. What are you talking about? Aren't you taking part in the festival, Hee-chan? You are, aren't you? Then, I hope you're doing a lot more to make sure that it goes smoothly than this person. I don't understand why Shizune is suddenly getting mad at me. Don't drag me into this. I've done my part. Hey, come on, cut me and leave some slack. I mean, yeah, this would probably be my reaction, but if I was playing the part of Hisao and trying to get friends in a new place, like, I need to make friends, but at the same time I have to make enemies. But I don't want to make no friends and have all enemies. So I might say, hey, come on, cut me and leave some slack. Hey, I'm a new guy, remember? It's not like I could have done as much even if I wanted. That's right, you shouldn't expect a transfer student to jump right on into it on his first week. Lily taking my side feels oddly comforting, so I decided to back her up too. Yeah, you're being unreasonable with us both. Excuses, excuses. Miss Class Rep has plenty of time to deal with her report. And we repeatedly offered you a position to help with the student council work, but you refused to commit yourself to making the festival a success. Yeah, but as I said back then, I'm not sure if. I don't have time for this right now. No matter what I do, it will mean being drawn into confrontation with Shizune, and that is what she wants. Whatever, forget it. I turn my back at them. Really, class is going to be starting soon, so we can talk more later. I'll tell Hanako you were looking for her. I can feel Shizune freezing. Maybe this is the first time she's ever been ignored in such a blunt manner. Thank you, Sal. I'll leave now, then. She gives me the sweetest smile I've seen all week, and turns on her heels to make her exit. Aye. So we got Lily. I don't like Shizune, because she's weird. She feels a little bit overpowering, and I don't like that. As soon as Lily walks out the door, I suddenly start feeling reluctant about turning to face Shizune. I can feel her eyes burning into my back, and I can't bring myself to look at her. She must be furious. I keep expecting Misha to say something to alleviate the tension, but it really is wanting too much. In the end, I go back to my seat and listen to the sound of Shizune's footsteps as she marches out of the room. She doesn't return until a few minutes before class. Hanako doesn't come to the morning classes at all, leaving her seat looking empty and lonely in the back of the classroom. I have to tell her that Lily is looking for her if I see her later. After the events of this morning, class is pretty boring in comparison. I turn the pages of my textbook lazily. I have a bit of catching up to do, despite trying to keep up with my studies at the hospital, but I'm not feeling that enthusiastic about it. The clock at the front of the room sounds unbearably loud. The teacher hasn't said anything in over 7 minutes instead of opting to cover the board in rows and rows of equations taken directly from the book. The rhythmic clashing of chalk on blackboard seems to synchronize perfectly with the ticking of the clock. I start to copy down the equations just to pass the time, even though they are right there in the textbook. When the bell rings, I'm not in a hurry because I have nothing to do, so I stay for a while, reviewing a couple of past the day. I prefer to leave last anyway, so I don't have to deal with the crowding in the hallways. I know Shizune and Misha will also stay behind, talking to someone from another class. Shizune is signing so fast that her hands make noises like swords cutting through the air. Maybe there's a pent-up anger in there. Misha's trying desperately to keep up, but it's clear that she can barely manage to even understand her. I put my head down. Whatever they're discussing, it looks like serious business. Shizune signs to the point where her wrists crackle and Misha struggles to spit out it in word form. Sometimes she trips over herself like she's dealing with tongue twisters, and then on top of that she has to sign back anything the other girl says. Seems like a rough job. Misha looks tired, like she's about to faint. Luckily for her, their business is soon finished and the girls sit down on their seats again. Ugh, I'm so tired. She's taking her head limply on her desk, looking exhausted. I use the opportunity to reconcile Shizune a bit, without getting roped into the student council thing again, though I expect that door is now closed to me. One second. Okay, we're back. Festival preparations must be tough for you. Indeed, people in the school seem to be taking the festival very seriously. Whenever I see people idling around before and after classes, they're always talking about their plans for it. It's kind of neat to see everyone being so enthusiastic about it. I'm probably the only one who doesn't have something to do. Shizune scoffs at me first, trying to decide whether to ignore or sneer at me, but in the end she starts signing out without doing either. Misha perks up, looking at her hands with slightly unfocused eyes. She signs with harsh, heavy, dramatic strokes. Misha translates her signing speech for me. She doesn't do it so well. It's almost like Shizune is actually speaking. Oh, she does it so well, it's almost like Shizune is actually speaking and transmitting her thoughts directly through Misha. She must have practiced it vigorously. And of course from the student council, you know, so we're pretty busy. It's an important duty of ours to ensure the success of the festival with all our strength. We would shame ourselves in front of the past student council generations if the festival would have failed. That's why there must be no flaws. No, I think that was encumbrances. No, nothing that might make the festival short of perfect. Shizune's passionate speech and Misha's enacting are really oddly fitting of them. Oh, hello? Hanako? Yeah, I guessed it. That couldn't be any more perfect of a guess because that's the person who showed up. I look over my shoulder and see Hanako peering timidly into the classroom, most of her body hidden behind the door. Hey, playing delinquent again? Ooh, that's pretty mean. Hanako blushes hard at Misha's straightforward jab, even though if it was only in jest. Shizune stares at her probingly, causing Hanako to look down and start backing away to the point where only her fingers can be seen wrapped nervously around the edge of the door. Maybe she is showing her dislike of Hanako by association of her dislike of Lily. It appears so, and Hanako probably knows it as well. What is it, Hanako? Has Lily been here? Sorry, haven't seen Sato. She came by in the morning, though. Hanako keeps looking uneasily at Shizune, who stares back at her with her usual studying gaze. What is she trying to do? Create telepathic messages to her. Clearly. Jesus, Sal. Get it right. Of course, Shizune isn't going to look away, and she is intimidating enough as it is, so I can only imagine how terrified Hanako would be. It is a little uncomfortable watching Hanako's reaction to Shizune's normal behavior. This is what happens when two people at two different extremes meet, it seems. Do you know where she is? If she has any sense in her head, she's in her classroom working on her festival project, but who knows where that woman is loitering at. You need to find her? She was looking for you in the morning, but I guess you've missed each other. She waits a little without answering the simple question, looking awfully like she's not sure if it's proper to answer such a question. Yeah. I can come with you, if it's okay. Hanako nods fractionally, still on her guard, her shoulders stiff like wood. I get the feeling that she might be more comfortable by herself after all, but it's too late to back off now. She has this really troubled expression she seems to wear almost constantly, one that makes me consistently be on my guard myself. I wonder why. I kind of understand why she seems to be so wary, or maybe more like why there could be a person like her. But I still have no idea how I should act around such a person. It's dinner time soon. Are you planning to eat with Lily? She nods slightly. So she must have been trying to get into the cafeteria. Well, there's something of a dinner crowd, just like the cafeteria is crowded during lunch. It's not as bad because dinner time is longer than lunch hour, but I can understand why Hanako could be discouraged from going in. I pick up my bag when we take our leave. Hanako skips a little to meet my initial pace, so I slow down to match her speed. It doesn't take long for us to be walking at a comfortable pace down the hallway. It almost feels like we're going for a stroll together, something that I can't say I've really done before with a girl. Hey, sorry guys, remember when I said I accidentally quit out of the video? Well, yeah, so I thought I was only 9 minutes in, when in actuality I was 20 minutes in. So it looks like, it's the end for us. I'll see you I'll see you tomorrow, probably, with the next episode, which will be the 15th episode. And, we'll see you guys later. Or I'll see you guys later. Maybe Hanako wants to see you guys. That's why you should come back. That's really why you should come back. See you later. Bye.